Hello, my precious rosebuds. It is your ghost Rose Thorn, and we are back with more Danganronpa. Finally, like I was stuck in purgatory or like slow suicide. I get bored so easily, you know.
Your face!
Yes.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I would argue that, but yeah.
I
that's
feel
right.
like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
Magazines, hon. I remember seeing it. Magazines. Magazines. Arrive at school.
I got it!
Magazines. We've seen her in magazines.
That's right! It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover.
Yes, that's so stupid. That's the first thing we commented on when we met her the first time, was how her face looked. Well, her face didn't look like the magazine.
And you were on it!
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
Excuse me. That was nasty. It just came up that she never needed to come up.
So I was right.
Yep.
Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
Was a lie. Was a fucking lie. Really Photoshop. You know, edited the hell and back with like computers and stuff. Yeah,
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
twins. They're twins.
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it.
Can we skip this bit?
So basically,
They were twins.
And together, we were the Despairs!
Okay, so okay, Kyoko was right. Different last names, which means one of them had a different. Yeah, that actually is possible. They don't even look alike. So fraternal twins, getting less in DNA are.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
Yeah, because your personality jumped from flagpole to flagpole.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines.
Ow! I actually like her more than I like you, so, bye, Felicia!
Being the utter disappointment.
Oh, dear God.
Well, no, of course.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, so I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's
that
death was a
voice sounds
one-sided,
familiar.
premeditated act of betrayal,
Yep.
just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have...
Yeah, that's why she went, what, huh? She wasn't supposed to lie. Yeah.
So you figured, well, you're right. There's no, but she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister! How does that not even bother you?
despair of being
I
free.
sacrificed her? Jeez, misunderstanding. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So no, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
She wasn't like you. She only became a despair to make you
When I
happy.
was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal. We're just those kinds of people. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so...
Yeah, we're not listening to
Killing
that.
my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that.
Oh dear God.
Super, 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 super.
Yeah, I'm with you. What the
And
hell
my
is wrong?
sister too. And after all, to be murdered, she must have died feeling such excruciating.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill. So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Master's way more perfect.
What did you just say?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you haven't even solved all the...
Are you talking about our...
You've already solved this mystery. Maybe you should solve the riddle of your...
Damn straight. That's exact. And then
All right, then let's just get.
When the group pictures were taken, I got it. It must.
No fair. At least give.
Your brains are like sponges. All the memories you lost.
I got it.
Thank you. Don't know how many times I have to
You're
say
talking
it.
about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope it was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
She's an asshole.
So then, did you notice that each Yep, you got it. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the
Seeing for the motive was the tapes. Was our connection to the outside. And really, you're gonna lag on me! Stop lagging. Human.
I got it!
It was a connection to our family, a connection to our friends.
The driving force behind the motive you
Ding ding ding. You got it. Each video showed the total destruction.
Yeah.
For example, your fam. For example, I ruined all those relationships and showed you the result. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it.
Yep.
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay, time for the next question.
How fun is this gonna be? Quest the game.
So...
The past.
I got it!
Stuff from the past.
It was...
Yay! Makoto got it right again! Embarrassing memory...
Yeah.
So,
Relax, relax. So...
Third murder. Greed. She was greedy. She wanted money.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it?
Seek and destroy...
It was all stuff to make us want to be free.
Goddamn straight, it was her greed led
Everything
to...
we gave up. Our human connections.
What's the point of all this? Why?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Now, can you tell me the motive behind
She wasn't crazy. She was loyal to her friends. She was a sweet-hearted, muscle-bound woman who was misunderstood. Betrayal.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see...
Yeah, she...
Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterward.
Yeah. Everyone mistrusted. Everyone was trusting her.
Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
but what's the point?
Relationships? These are all pretty standard motives.
But of course, those aren't the... Just as water and that nourishment, two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
Oh, wow. That was actually quite curious. The hope was finding out
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing?
You see, by taking away... Of course that hope merely exists.
How could taking away someone's memory...
And plus, you haven't given.
Is that so? The mere fact...
What are you talking?
If none of you wanted to escape this, that is why we took your memory.
The only reason we want to leave is...
Which means if we did have our...
What?
But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair.
She trapped
I
us
put
in a
so
place-
much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow.
She trapped us. And
So, just like
The
Crazy
school.
Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you
we
a
agreed to stay
hint.
in school. For the rest of our lives.
Really?
And she wiped over
Then
memory of
hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see.
You mean the world be...
So something really...
Now are you interested in see your face? Behold, this is the outside world.
Oh wow. Buddha's turned into Monokuma. Monokuma on top of the Paris. Ooh, Monica blowing up shit. Are those adults or are they teenagers? Covered in the mass destroying shit. Yeah, that is a fucked up sentence.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This isn't that world. If you can't remember.
I don't remember. And for the final class.
Someone actually should remember. Make your argument. Okay, what do we got?
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us? I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
No, that's wrong! Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then each.
What do you say?
Are you... No!
Toko.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da! It's me! Boy, she just...
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know anything about...
Huh? What?
The video that's playing.
Who the hell are you?
Oh,
Oh, nice to meet ya!
That's enough! Just
Aye, aye, run!
we don't need to see this again. I wish I could just skip it. Just escape and have it be done. But nope, pause.
Well, does it?
I don't have all the details. Of course it does!
then you remember all the stuff?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your...
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Okay, that was cute. Creepy but cute.
Oh my god, she's the worst lie.
More importantly, if you really do remember,
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
the tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember.
No!
With a kiss.
No, you liar.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Oh dear.
Why is that phrase?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious?
Is
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself.
Copy that, darn. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago.
We've been here for...
It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Well, that's bad. Freaked her ass out.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
So basically like a comet coming down.
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete...
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
So she forgot to be hard.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's...
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end just... The world has ended. That's the...
How can the world just end?
Calm down. It's okay. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that...
Oh, come on. Now you're...
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous. I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its...
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an...
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
There wasn't really any other choice there.
But I did...
I just got so fucking bored. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean.
Anyway, like I was saying...
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Your family was destroyed by the fall. Sweet freaking Jesus.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Shit. I'm laying on my volume.
Stop!
So sorry.
And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Oh dear God, well, he's freaking out.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on.
There's no way this is a year ago. So they're missing a year's worth of memory.
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
We're missing a year worth of memory.
A few weeks. Ooh!
I understand why you'd have trouble, and the truth is, everything is cause and effect.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you. What are the
Come now, answer up.
Your life at whose feet?
I got it!
Well, technically the tragedy would be allowable.
If we accept that what you say is true.
If you erase that from our mind.
then we've all lost.
Nope. Nope. No, no, no.
Another correct.
Seriously?
We've lost 2 years.
That's right. You've already spent, and that entire period of time.
I don't remember the last... That...
I want to think that too, but I don't want to believe it. But nothing's I don't believe it. It's very impossible. What if that's the truth? We have proof. We have proof it's true. And we have to accept it. Right. Right, I have a hunch what we need. Locker, notebook, locker, pocketbook, locker. I guess we have notebook, locker.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years worth of memory. I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
sorry, sweetheart. So sorry.
Two years worth of memories. I could never lose.
We've been living here for 2...
Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just...
Plus, if 2...
How freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
Because I know right where the game is. I just can't.
2 years worth. I could never lose something like.
We've been living here for 2... Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if...
How freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years worth of. I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2...
Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to... Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, how did
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Yeah, the locker notebook.
Huh? Hey!
I found it in the locker room on the... If you don't mind...
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Yeah, and then it has your handwriting in it. So... Yeah.
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, the biggest, most awful, right before it, you absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten. Oh, and there's one other thing.
Actually, never mind.
What?
We are bored of this. Everyone always talks big. This world is just so desperately.
What are you talking?
In a way, to give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for your.
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart.
I got it!
Oh dear God, come on.
The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of it. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was...
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but and your sense of time got all messed up? I guess it must have been some...
After I passed out,
Oh, excuse me.
I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by!
The reason it felt so short.
You got it, honey.
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to.
But by that point, we'd all. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
You were all such close friends! And it was also you could escape and what a
You're the one who set things up.
I love you all.
What?
Once your school life here begins, it's only natural that I would.
So, since I love you guys so much, all about the idea we came up with as the...
I'm actually curious, so I'm gonna...
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
I'm curious.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
Uh-huh. I'm so half awake.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness.
I bet everyone's happy to be with each other.
Oh boy, it was just the worst.
How's that the worst?
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
I'm only half an hour into this. Skipping does wonders.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
Yeah, because the tragedy struck.
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
What about you? And your sister?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in humanity.
Tragedy,
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to an
Alright, so you destroyed it.
And as you can imagine, the school, the tragedy even made its way here, leading...
What? The most tragic event in human history. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mook. Was it some kind of organization?
You have a point. If I had to describe, it was none of those. How despair is contagious, you know.
Despair and hope are both contagious.
Everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world has fallen in.
Alright, so she planted.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world.
I just don't understand.
We didn't ask you to.
Okay. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. The members of the 78th class of Hope.
And then, something super. Now pay attention, cause this. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope. That's right. It was. I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your
We
prison.
had to do it. We were the only survivors.
Do any of you know who that might have been?
Us, logically. Logically, us. Well,
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope.
Yeah,
He wanted to turn the school to protect us.
protect us from you.
That's why he asked us to say that we.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yes,
Yeah, the headmaster put that much.
And because we had that. That's why we all agreed.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Yeah, trap killing people with us.
It's laughable, really. He had no idea that we,
I
the
feel like
ultimate
that's the song.
despair, had already made our way into the
Have it?
school. So, I have to say, it really helped.
By the way, it was you under the headmaster's direction.
You mean?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how.
Once you.
Me and Mukuro had.
That moment where you all began.
And the only reason you survived the trap.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other?
They lost
Is that what
lives
you're
so
saying?
They can say, the most hopeful people have fallen. We have crushed them. Now we will kill you all.
Why?
Because this was so much. Rather, it was a method to hunt down.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left. So I thought I should show them, which is why I.
Oh, what is this? What is this? Is this Hangman? Please let this be Hangman. I'm saying that now, but the second one I will fucking cry over it. This one is so much easier to do. Alright. What are we doing? Oh, I know what this is. Just want to hit a J. There we go. Hijack.
Now I
Thank you for
understand.
only giving me 200 to do that with. That was helpful. Now that's me to do.
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm to show the world the murder's taking.
That was the whole point of the. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Yeah, watch this ball, I believe.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Oh, wow.
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch. But in the end, I was...
So you just used us?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
No, it's not.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Hey,
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when
That was
all the
fun.
other students were dropping like flies.
we were your classmates. It was easier to use us.
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together.
Sorry, that's a lie.
And that's the truth, which is what you want. You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth.
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the...
And if we did, our final desire for creating this world, if you were bold enough to solve the mystery, how would you...
See? Discovering the...
Truth can be full of despair, too.
You're supposed to spare that.
Not to mention, all those motives are... I mean, with the world having...
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other?
And think about it. You chose.
We weren't just random strangers either.
No,
We get it. You're totally off. So help us!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how d-
but I'm sorry to say all I want, and since there's no argument, no
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe any...
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, so I don't acknowledge it.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another.
I don't like her, but she is somewhat smart.
In
I mean,
other
her and her
words,
sister came up
you're
with
not
a song.
unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so,
Schrodinger's cat.
what then?
Name was
Are you saying
have
you
to
won't
wait
accept
for
the
that.
truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
kills the cat, but you don't know for sure unless you look in. So until then, you can assume the
Well,
cat is
you better
existing, alive
not.
and
You
dead.
go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well,
You still want
I
that.
refuse to give in. For the sake of everyone, you've...
Huh? What are you talking?
I didn't kill anyone.
And that's all it took for you to start.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
You are literally allowing them.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct. Hell yes!
No! You see, it's murder! Plus, you stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it! You pushed it! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? But we don't have much time left.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. Oh, and also, since this will be
What?
you guys so if even
All right,
one of
this
you,
is
I'll consider that a win for me.
So this will be a vote for her. I'm saving it here. Don't good. I've been saying all this fucking time. So screw everyone who's gonna yell at me for this one. I don't care. So, if she loses,
Even if it's just...
Oh, but don't worry.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody.
Oh, let me. You'll have to stay here till you.
What?
You mean we just...
We'd have to just...
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Okay, so we have a choice here. It's either we die, or she
Enter a
dies.
world fallen from grace.
What are you saying?
Wait a sec! I just got it. Dying of old age is boring as shit! So, here's what'll happen. One of you...
Okay, so this is it's us versus her.
It would seem all of those around you have realized the future.
I don't care. I will make them all believe. Oh my god! I would like to point out this is my first time doing this.
It's so...
Besides, Yoko, you could.
What?
I.
Oh my god! I'm not doing this to you.
so boring. Well, that's fine. It's time for the final...
Alright, the final vote. Okay. Moving at all? Okay, so we're... I'm actually prepared for the worst shit I've ever had to do in this game. I want to switch it up, but I can't. I know what to do. Shut up.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of hope. By the way, the air outside it, the only reason we're open is thanks to the air purifier. If I die, the purifier, in other words, the communal life you've all been living will come. Meh. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside. We're only.
As long as this doesn't
So,
cost my life,
what do you think? You just die?
Shit, I did this too soon. So I
We
have
won't
to-
give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak.
Don't lose hope now.
Alright.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live, so even if it's hard, I want to keep on living. So that... No matter what! The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter!
Got one on our side.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Yeah, I'm stuck.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak.
Because it does that.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been living. Meh. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside. We're all. So, what are you gonna? Will you just die?
Yeah, that.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of.
I've decided to have faith in.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I died, the purifiers will screech.
Alright, let me load up where I saved because I know what to do. So I'm just gonna load up my save. Skip the whole time.
In other words, as soon the communal life you've all been living,
Because I try to click.
all of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world
I don't care how many
outside.
times I die in this.
So, what are you gonna? Will you just die?
I don't care if I die, I don't care if I lose, I will keep doing this.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
That would be the end of hope.
I've decided to have.
By the way, the air outside is
the only reason we're okay in here
is thanks to the air purifiers.
Don't lose hope now!
Yeah, I'm like... Come on, Tina.
I've been thinking, and I was thinking, you only get stronger by That sounds like some.
Yes, it is. You only get
I think
stronger
that's,
if you take
which is why Yeah!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to
die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
If I can get...
By the way, the air outside is the only reason we're is thanks to the air purifiers in the pit. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die,
the purifiers will screech. In other words,
as the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now!
I'm doing a happy dance behind the scenes.
I don't care either way.
I'm fine with
whichever one is more. Actually, I may not look like it. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, that.
She'll do anything for Byakuya, even if that means...
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Let me get that, please.
If I were to die,
Blah, blah, blah.
That would be the end.
I've decided.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted,
Okay,
you know.
shut up.
the only reason we're okay in here
I can't
is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
I didn't...
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision. If I die,
The purifiers will screech to a halt.
in other words, as soon as I die,
The communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I'm pausing that for a second. I'm upset right now.
I can keep on living as long as I have my nut. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death. So, will you just die?
I don't care. Take as many hearts as you want. This is gonna be hell.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have.
By the way, the air outside, the only reason we're is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, the pure. In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been. I can keep on living.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Don't lose hope now!
What's the matter? You're not... It never even crossed my mind. But don't misunderstand. I just have to keep my... Besides, the Togami family isn't... So until I can restore the Togami...
We won't give up!
This is coming close to the wire.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of...
By
the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, the pure... In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been living, I can keep on living! As long as I have my masters! All of you will have to... You'll have to go into the world outside. We're only...
I already said I would claim the mastermind's life.
So, what are you gonna do?
Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now!
Oh, thank you. Sweet. Sweet sassafras, thank you. I freed every single one of them from their spam mode.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, he would never want us to I can't explain why exactly. Just because we don't actually know anything. Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school I think you came here for a You came here to bring down the... You came here to confront... And if that's true,
What the hell are...
The ultimate hope.
So uncool! Your stupid faces! The stupid things you... It's all so Shut up! Plainly!
Oh, this is gonna be hard. Oh, I only have 3 hearts to rule this. Oh. Please.
You suck! So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless!
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going!
Yes! We did it! I am now afraid to play the other one in this mode. This is just
I refuse to give up! I refuse to get bored! I refuse to throw... I refuse! Because all I have going for me is... Let's go...
What's happened?
You just lost, bitch! I am the Thorn and I am the greatest. I am the Thorn and I am the best. Oh my god, I gotta lay off sugar. That is all there is to that BB paper. I am hyper when I do this shit. Oh man. I don't care, I'm restarting that shit. Alright.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
Good.
I'm actually gonna end the game here. Because the ending is just like... Yes, please. Here. Alright. I don't have a picture or anything, so... I'm gonna mute the in-game sound so I don't get more copyright strike for that one. Desktop audio, mute that shit. Mute it. Mute it. God damn it, you piece of crap OBS. Alright. That is muted. That is good. I'm gonna keep this screen up. But, the end game. The end game of this is she basically goes on. We just won, pretty much. And after we win, they all vote against her. The only reason we win is because we filled them with hope. If not, we have to redo that. It doesn't kill us. We just keep having to redo it until we win. And they all vote for Junko. And she goes through every single murder way to do it. She gets hit by the baseball. She goes on the motorcycle ride. She gets burned. She goes through the crusher. All that. And then we get a button that opens up the door and we leave. That's basically all of it. Didn't want to show it because I don't know how much copyrighted music. But yeah, this has been Danganronpa 1. This is the end. We are done with Trigger Happy Havoc. We will be starting the next one, which I hopefully will figure out how to do without getting the copyright bullshit. Peace and love to you all. This is Rose Thorn signing off. Also, if I have to mute music and just have it be no music, I will. I don't care. Peace and love.